Well, this is Tim, Preacher Man Hammy, just coming to you and just trying some new stuff with Spotify and the podcast. So this is going to be a multiple chapter podcast. And I was at a chaplaincy conference in Branson this past week, and and then I hung out with one of my friends, and he wrote me back because I said hanging out with you was just really cool, and he was in my first youth group, and he wrote back and says standing on the shoulders of giants, and I always listen to these really interesting statements, and so I started doing a search on that statement, and so I started just thinking about that statement, standing on the shoulders of giants. You know, when you think about that statement of standing on the shoulders of giants, you know, faithfulness to the past, faithful in the present, and building in the future, that made me think about Hebrews 12:1-2, where it says, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great of cloud of witnesses, that let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings closely, and let us run with endurance and the race that is so set before us, looking to Jesus. You know, when you think about Hebrews 12:1-2, it connects the Christian's life to the example of faith described in Hebrews 11. So the writers here calls believers to learn from those who went before them, persevere their own race, and keep their eyes on Jesus. Keep their focus on things that we've learned from the past. When you think about it, we didn't get where we are by ourselves. The statement, standing on the shoulders of giants, is this expression actually became famous by Sir Isaac Newton, who used the phrase in a letter to Robert Hooke in the 17th century. But the idea is much older and has been connected with the 20th century scholar in Bernard of the, I want to say this right, in Chartres or something like that. And this was interesting. I wouldn't suggest using this as one of your great references, but it was found in Wikipedia. Don't laugh right now. Can't believe someone would use it as a reference. But anyways, it is. So the principle is simple. You can see farther because somebody else went before you. Someone led the way. Every generation inherits something from the generation before. My father taught me, you know, and spoke into my life. My mom spoke into my life. Somebody taught you or me how to pray. Somebody taught you the word. Somebody showed you what faith looks like. Somebody sacrificed so that you could have opportunities that they had. Somebody prayed when you didn't know how to pray. Somebody stood when you were ready to fall. And spiritually, the church is standing on the shoulders of generations of faithful believers, generations upon generations. And you can look through the history of the church even today. We didn't invent Christianity. In fact, you can actually ask Chat GPT or whatever, like who made the church, and you'll find out this person is the founder of the Catholic Church, and this person is the founder of the Baptist Church. Because I was watching a clip, and it was very interesting when they said that. Try it out sometime. We received a faith that somebody else carried, and now we have responsibility. We have the responsibility. Carry it faithfully and then pass it on. So as we get into this different episodes of standing on the shoulders, of giants. I want you just to, as we close this episode out, this is just the introduction of whose shoulders have you stood on, whose baton has been passed down to you, and are you carrying it correctly, or are you just abusing it, or you have just passed it aside, or the notes that you have received, did you just kind of dispose of them? So I just want to encourage you as we get into this podcast, the next bit, I don't know how long this will take, but this is called Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. Well, God bless you. May you enjoy this time. Share it with other people. We're just trying to not reinvent the wheel, but encourage you as we get into this subject. God bless you. My name is Tim, Preacher Man Hammy. I'm a chaplain at Ellsworth Correctional Facility, and God bless you.